I can go back to joking about banging her sister. Now I feel bad.
Just for I'm going to put these glasses on.
There you go.
And I am now somebody else. Last time I wore these glasses for the whole show.
I was wearing the Dahmer glasses.
That.
He took them off and the mind shit was there.
Yeah, that, but I felt like I was like...
Stephen Brule.
There's a difference.
Oh, shit. Oh.
Okay.
This is great. I moved up in the show. I'm being provided drinks now.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
We have a budget now. We're making strides. We're getting places. What's going on, buddy? How was the week?
Oh, you know.
No, I don't. That's why I'm asking.
Not bad. Other than the occasional fist in my ass from work, but that's about it.
Yeah.
I can't tell you. Oh my god, dude! Everybody, you drive truck and trailer for a living? Yeah, the one's off diesel, right? Yeah.
No.
Why?
Runs off horse semen.
What are you gonna do in 18 days when you're out of diesel?
Well, I don't know if it'd be 18 days, but
I actually literally, break room full of drivers. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna fucking, the fact that I'm in a break room,
yeah.
The fact that I'm in a break room, well, the whole is it a diesel was another conversation, but the one time that I said something that kind of just, I don't know what happened. I just got irritated. All these drivers, same company I work for, talking about, oh, we're going to be out of a job soon anyway, 18 days. And I'm like, oh, shut up. So I'm sitting there trying to do my paperwork. I'm just going. Well, that's fine. I'll go back to doing this job. I'll go do this job. I'm like, you're not going without a job. What? I'm like, all right, I know. Everybody fucking paying attention, but I'm going to say this once. All the drivers are like, what? We have an 18-day reserve supply. We have not been able to contribute that because our production rates are low. With all the cuts, all the production coming in, all the fuel coming in, going out, all that stuff has been cut back. So we are making fuel every day. We are just not building on our reserves. We will make enough to keep moving, but we're not building up our reserves. That's all.
So this is from the Daily Mail. Some cities may run dry for a few days. Diesel supplier warns businesses in the U.S. East Coast.
I'm glad I know what I'm talking about.
to prepare for diesel shortage after Russia cut off imports.
Fucking.
So you might want to go back to your buddies and say, well, I feel like a horse's patoot.
No, here's the thing. Major cities won't. The minor cities, because let's be honest, think of the nation as a human body.
Yeah, I don't. Well, actually, you know, okay, go ahead.
Think of the nation as the human body. When bad things are happening, and let's say blood supply is short, what does it do?
Yeah.
It cuts off the blood flow to all of the
outer extremities. Shock, for example.
Good, perfect. Okay, shock.
Yeah.
Fingers, toes, arms,
Hypothermia.
legs. Everything goes to the most important pieces. The organs, the brain.
Buddy, that means we're fucked.
Oh, us out here are fucked, yes. Yeah. But like the major cities in our state, the major cities around the country, they're going to be...
Pretty much anywhere that's blue, you should be okay.
Yeah.
So you Democrats will be just fine.
Anybody held underwater?
Now,
will be just fine.
Is it because that's where all our infrastructure is, or is it because that we as a country know that they're really going to be in a rough way, and we have to take care of them? Because those guys out in the rural areas, they'll be okay. They're
I don't think. You know what it is? Who wants? Okay. How much control? How much support does a person need who is homesteading? None.
Virtually none. Yeah.
They don't need any help from anybody.
Right. The only thing they may do is go into town and buy supplies from somewhere.
Not even that. Fashion your own. There are people fucking doing it. Look at TikTok.
Wood. Well, yeah. You know what that's called? The Amish.
There you go. The Amish got it right.
Yeah.
They must be Democrats.
They're probably the Democrats.
Wait, they're right. That means they're Republican.
The Democrats probably look at them and be like, fucking MAGA Republicans. And they're like,
We don't vote. You're racist.
it's because you're racist.
No. And that's it though. The farmers that are running their own business, the homesteaders that are using these equipment, this diesel-powered equipment to homestead, that's the only reason they go into town is like fuel and social interaction. That's it.
It's the only reason I go into town.
They don't, exactly. That's the only reason I go into town.
Fuel and barely social interaction.
Why keep them running when they're the ones not paying the same amount of tax dollars that somebody in the city who needs to ride the rail train, the monorail, the fucking subway, the public bus, every day putting money back into the pocket, the government, whatever. That's why. That's just my opinion. I could be 100% wrong.
Or 100% right.
But I could be 100% right, exactly.
Or 50%, which rounds up to 100.
Yeah. As long as I'm left-leaning, it'd always be right.
It says businesses which rely on fuel have been told to take steps to plan for the potential lack of supply, which is mostly caused by Russia cutting off imports. This means that businesses are not receiving the high number of petroleum products that they were before the invasion of Ukraine. It has had an impact on refineries as they have had to shift production from gasoline to make some diesel. This means that they may run low on gas. The diesel shortage is also caused by high distillate, heating oil, and diesel demand, refinery maintenance, and lower refinery capacity. Oh, demand amid low inventories. Refinery maintenance, this happens in the spring and fall, which means lower capacity. Yeah, this is all why does America have a diesel shortage? Primary reason is cut off from Russian imports. Prior to Russia's invasion of Ukraine, the U.S. was importing nearly 700,000 barrels a day of petroleum and petroleum products. Oh.
Fuck everybody outside of the city. That's what it's coming down to.
Manfield's Energy first mentioned the potential diesel shortage last week. The company had questioned if the lack of the fuel would be due to poor pipeline shipping economies, and they added that there was also a low supply of reserves with only 25 million barrels in storage at the moment. This is in comparison to the usual 50 million barrels along the East Coast. Mansfield Energy on Monday warned in a press release that the price will surge because of the lack of diesel supply. No shit. And elections are in 2 days.
Yeah. I'm voting.
Which is, here's the thing. Are you? Here's the thing is with
Jesus, tons of fun.
with the election coming up, and let's say like all these pollsters and everything are saying there's going to be a red wave, which I mean everyone's talking about it for like the last few months. Here's the only issue I see, because this problem isn't going to go away. Like, it doesn't matter who's in office, this isn't going to go away. So if Republicans take House, Senate, and the red wave comes through and it's a washout, and now everything's run by the right, well, now everything that's happened is going to look like, because Americans are notoriously short-sighted and have a short memory. It's just going to look like, well, the Republicans are doing this now, and they're going to forget all about the last 2 years leading up to this. So then we're going to have 2 years, say 2 years leading up to the presidential election, where it's just going to look like the left is the one that's actually the good guy.
You think maybe the left is planning that? I mean, it's a very...
I'm not a conspiracy
theorist. It would
theorist.
surprise me.
I have glasses on.
It would surprise me.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Because the genuine outlook of the Democratic Party is they're not smart enough to pull this kind of shit off.
No.
But are they?
Well, I I mean, see, I think everyone that's in charge right now is, it's hard to say because everything looks so bad right now. That would be kind of a bold move on the left's part. So let's make us look so bad that the right has to come in, but things are so fucked up that when it finally shit hits the fan, it's going to make them look really bad. So then we'll look like the heroes when we come back in. I mean, maybe, but that's 4D chess. And let's say the right gets in and actually somehow solves everything. Like, fuck, I didn't see that one coming.
Roll the dice. You lift the sheet. Could be a guy or a girl under that blanket.
I mean, if they lose on that bet, though, that's putting them 15, 20 years back now, and then they got to start all over. Do they want to do that? Because they're definitely not looking out for the future of the country. They're just looking out to fucking line their pockets, obviously. Right and left.
Oh, jeez.
It's just a giant game. What if that's it? What if it's not like the left trying to do something and make the right look bad? What if it's just the right and left going like, all right.
What if these fuckers are sitting at a table?
These fuckers are fucking retarded, okay? So let's just move these pieces along, and everyone's going to battle back and forth. And when they're doing that, we're just trading money back and forth. That's like the banker in Monopoly watching everyone else play and be like, you guys are doing great. Passing cash over to the person that's not actually playing the game. While everyone's just fighting around for the 200 fucking measly dollars. Like, do not pass go. Damn it. Where's my $200? I knew 500, 500, 500, 500, 500. Here you go, buddy. You're not even playing, but you want to buy some property?
I used to hate those fuckers. The dude that would literally roll around the board and never land on property to fucking pay rent. Somehow by the end of the game, oh, I don't know how I came in third place with like $20,000. Land on a fucking property, you prick.
And then, were you the kind of person that would make deals with other players?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I was the Trump of Monopoly.
I never got into that until much later in life because I always played like rule base. Like,
well, dealing is part of the rules.
But I would never do that. I would always play like this is what I have. This is like, and I'm gonna try.
Dude, I was the straight up Donald Trump Monopoly board. I'd build up all my hotels, then bankrupt them.
We got, we played. I think John and Beth came over, and we played against them, and I started making deals with John, and I because I was like in the red, and I started cutting deals with John. Then I built myself back up, and like kept building myself up higher and higher. And then I started giving him breaks on everything, and start double charging everyone else. Where the fuck you?
I was the wheeling dealer because as soon as they said whatever the house rules was, 1 round, 2 rounds, 0 rounds, you have to go around before you can buy property. Oh, so 0 rounds, I can land on property, I can buy it. Okay, buy it. But I'd put myself to damn near broke. I used to do that too. I'd put myself to damn near broke. And then I'd see like somebody would have St. Charles Place. Right. And I have the other 2 Orange. And it's like, they land on my property. Oh man, fuck, I pay your rent. I'm like, give me St. Charles. I'll give you 3 rounds free, no rent on any of my properties. Short-sightedness. 3 rounds, you own Boardwalk and Park Place. Fuck yeah, I'll take that deal.
I'd always pine for those.
Monopoly. I would go for those last.
That whole side.
North Carolina, the green and the blue.
The 4th side, that entire side.
The green and the blue.
Yeah, just go for the entire.
Dude.
So as soon as you go around, I'm okay. Oh, shit.
I would not touch those because I know everybody would want for them. They'd be saving up their money. They'd be like, I'll buy this. I'll buy this. Charlie, you're almost broke. You only got like $200. Yeah. Yeah, I also own 3/4 of the board. What? Pay attention, fucker. Well, I own Boardwalk. Okay. Oh, you land on that place. It's got houses on it. Pay rent. Oh. Well, I'm out of rent. Mortgage your fucking property. Well, I don't want it because then it goes back to the bank. You can sell it to me for 2 rounds rent free. Plus $1,000. Oh, it's a great deal. Here you go. Fucking people hate. I love playing Monopoly. People hate playing me in it though.
I used to play Monopoly on regular Nintendo constantly too.
Play it on the PlayStation every now and again.
It's on PlayStation. That's right.
I put the AI on hard. And I win. I make the AI hard. I mean, the character level.
And then nobody won.
And then I gotta suck the controller off again.
So yeah. So that's what I think is actually going on. It's just a giant game of weird Monopoly.
A giant game of pornographic Monopoly where if you fucking lose, you get screwed. Literally. Government comes in. We're going to audit you. Why are you penning me over? I don't like this audit. Can I get a cutback? Did you eat pineapple?
Pay your taxes, bitch.
Oh, shit.
It's
some crazy shit on TikTok lately, huh?
Yeah. There has been a bunch of...
We've been sending some crazy shit back and forth.
Yeah.
I've been seeing the right is getting bold with their advertisements or whatever like that, and it's showing like Trump campaign.
I just watched that before you got here. I did see that. Boy, that would crack me up.
Then there was
so wait, but the whole, I thought it was going to be a legitimate, like,
oh yeah, so did I
watched it. I'm like, oh, and I was like, okay, here we go. And it's building the left up to be like superheroes, basically. The narrator is doing a fantastic job.
Oh yeah, definitely.
They're reading their script that would normally make the left look like superheroes, but the videos they're playing in place of the videos that probably should be there for the narrator's sake, it's not so flattering for the left.
Oh yeah, you're talking about the one we our president was articulate. Who's good with numbers? I got 2 words for you.
No.
Made
He's
in
good
America.
with numbers. He's like, we got a million, billion, thousand, million. Yeah, he's good. Who's keen and good with words. He's like,
Left's got my vote.
whatever. He's with the foothills. 2 words.
You don't vote
made in America.
If you don't vote for me, you ain't black.
Yeah, we're gonna put you all back in chains.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I
forgot about that one until the video. I'm like,
Yep.
oh shit, I remember when he said that.
Yep. They're gonna put you right back in chains.
Yeah.
Holy shit, a little extreme, buddy. This ain't the Dabonga tribe.
How's he get away for that shit? Like, I don't understand.
It's okay for them to say that.
I don't fucking get it. Like, there's never been a clear answer from anybody on any side. How does he get away with that? If anyone that was centrist or right said anything remotely close to that, there would be a fucking there would be a blue tsunami coming in and be like, we're not getting rid of these fucking racists. It's coming. but
it really is coming. I don't want.
But Biden says this shit just
Yeah.
so blatantly, and no one, everyone's just like, la 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 la. Like, how is that fucking possible? How is it possible?
You can't do that. You can't. La 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 lie.
Somebody fucking explain that, because it doesn't make sense.
It's Dumb and Dumber.
It really is.
Double stamp can't understand. Touch blue and make you.
You can't triple stamp a double stamp. Lloyd, you can't triple stamp a double stamp. Lloyd, you can't triple stamp a double stamp.
Guys!
This episode's fucking stupid.
Can we just turn on the radio or something?
Radio? Who needs a radio?
You ready, Harry? Yeah. Mark.
Yeah.
Ing.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Let's get serious here. Let's get serious.
Going back to your fuel bullshit in your break room, added on to everything that's going on in the States, there's fuel protests that are gripping more than 90 other countries in the world. This is fuel costs. What the?
They're burning their bills and
because they were going up like 1,000% in their prices.
Yeah.
I think that was in
England,
UK.
Yeah, no, or something like that. Yeah, whatever.
This is fuel
If it
costs.
ain't America, it don't exist.
Yeah. China. Okay, Trump.
Made up.
It's a China virus.
Please don't cancel us for me saying other countries don't exist. I know they do. It's all jokes.
I've never seen him, so.
Yeah. I've never been there.
How do I know you're not just making it up?
You guys are just saying things that don't really exist. You know, China, women's rights, the clitoris.
Oh my God, they can vote now? They've been able to vote for like, the last 60 or 70 years. Fuck me.
Stop the train. I want to get off.
Love you, ladies. I do.
I hear the train a coming. It's rolling. These bitches finally get the vote every now and again. Sorry. I love you, women. I do. I love women.
So yeah, global. Violence like this has not been witnessed, and this is talking about okay. Fights over fuel. This is Freetown, Sierra Leone's capital of Freetown. This is in Africa. It says violence like this has not been witnessed in this small West African nation for years. This time it is sparked by record-breaking fuel prices. In the month of August, violent clashes in the capital killed 25 people, including 5 police officers. Since March, the price of fuel in the country has nearly doubled from 12,000 leones, which is about 86 cents per liter, to a record high of 22,000, which is about $1.58 per liter in July.
Oh, excuse me.
In July, the central bank introduced new banknotes, stripping 3 zeros off the leone, in a move to restore confidence in its inflation hit currency. Wait, so they just made fucking numbers up? just move the decimal point. There we go. Perfect. Everything's fine. It's like fucking a giant leak. And you're just like, here's Scotch tape. It's not
Flex Seal.
It's not even Flex Seal. It's fucking like masking tape.
It's Dollar
as soon as it touches.
It's General Seal. Sam's Choice. Market 32 brand. It's not Gorilla Glue. It's Simian. It's a Homo sapien glue. Wait, Simian, right?
Primate sticky. This is primate sticky. Is that racist? I don't even fucking know anymore. Like, I don't fucking know anymore. But
I actually, speaking of racism, I almost had a moment earlier.
Racist moment?
Yeah. I thought it was going to be.
Fucking racist.
But the guy was actually complimented by what I said. So
there's like 3 different fucking phrases that almost came out of my mouth right there.
I'm at the local convenience store getting a cigar. I'm coming out, gentleman dressed up to the 9, and I'm like looking sharp, and I'm like, damn, I don't even know what the celebration is, but congrats, sir. He goes, what are you talking about? I'm like, my man, I got to be honest, you look like you're a
bar mitzvah?
You look like you're a groomsman or the groom. He goes, dude, this is work clothes, and I'm like, well, shit, how do I get a job there? He goes, you really thought I was getting married? I'm like, oh, crap. Like, he's got no other reason to be wearing a fine suit like that. And I'm like, no, I'm sorry, but the color palette does not suit business. I got to be honest. He was like, man, I wish I was getting married. Man, that'd be awesome, right? And I'm like, yeah, my guy, it is what it is.
So you want to marry me? Like,
and
how much do you make?
I go, so, I mean, like, so work, huh? He goes, yeah. I'm like, damn, dude, good on you. Good on you to have a job that you can dress like that and afford stuff like that. Because this dude, like I said, this dude was dressed sharp. I mean, like, sharp. And I'm like,
you got a fucking erection, dude. What the hell are you doing?
No, I don't. You can't tell. And I'm like, I'm sitting there thinking, and the guy's kind of just looking at me, and I'm like, shit. I wonder if this guy's thinking, what? Because of who I am, I shouldn't be dressed like this unless I'm getting married? And the guy's like, you know what? I appreciate that, man. No, for real. And I'm like, all right, my bad. Like I said,
what is it now? A person of color? Is that the acceptable thing?
He was a black guy.
I don't even think he can say that. I think he can't fucking say anything now.
Well, I don't really. The color doesn't matter. The fact that our little ass town.
Just the fact that you said it the way you did, I automatically thought must be black.
Regardless of the color, our town at 8 o'clock at night. Who the fuck rolls up to a convenience store like that, dressed like that? I mean, straight up, I'm like, it's Sunday. It makes sense. Maybe he's getting out of church.
Yeah.
Who the fuck knows? Most people get married on a Sunday. It's a beautiful fucking Sunday evening in the fucking middle of November. We're practically in now.
It's ridiculously warm.
Yeah.
It's 77 degrees today.
So, of course, the fucking dude's got the jacket off. I'm like, this motherfucker got married today. Good fucking on him. But no, he's coming from work. Which, wait a minute. It's Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Motherfucker was lying to me.
He did
stole
get
that suit.
married.
What?
He stole.
Yeah, he got married. No, but for real, for real though, I'm like, shit. In my head, but it fucking makes me think. This is why I bring this up. With society and the culture we're in, the fact that I genuinely opened up this conversation with "Would you get married today? Congrats."
Where'd you fucking steal that?
No, because honestly, I'm like, it's Sunday. My brain isn't thinking right. It's Sunday. The guy's probably not working. He's looking like this. It's a fucking beautiful weather temperature Sunday,
as in not working today, people. Not that he doesn't have a job.
Yeah, what I'm saying is like, shit. And then the look the guy gave me, it's like, for a second I thought he was gonna like, but then no, he's like, I really appreciate that, man. Nice compliment. I'm like, dude, I don't give a shit. I'll fucking tell I'll do it when it looks good.
I'm glad there's a happy ending.
Yeah, it was. It really was. But the fucking part that screwed my head was, I actually got to that point where I'm like, fuck, I didn't think about what I said. But that's because I don't feel like I should have to think about what I'm saying.
I don't either. That's the thing.
It wasn't coming across maliciously.
That's why I always ask. Like, I don't think it like anything, but then you say it and you're like, oh shit, I think I heard somewhere you can't say that anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know what to fucking say anymore. So that's why I'm like, wait, I think color.
The fact that I complimented a person of color, a black man, an African American.
I think person of color is okay. I think you can't say colored person. Which in my naive mind, I'd be like, what the fuck's the difference?
Well, because a person of color is born that way. A colored person got colored that way.
Oh, how fucking stupid.
Sharpie. I'm high as a motherfucker.
Why has it got to be a Sharpie?
All right, fine. A high life a blackout marker.
What color? Yellow, black, red.
Negrito. Black. No. So it's like a person of color, a colored person, a black man, an African American,
it's fucking extreme, right?
A person of race,
this episode.
A person of race, whatever you want to consider.
A person of, so anybody?
I don't know. A person of ethnicity, whatever you want to refer to the gentleman as. I sat there for a split second. And
How do you know it was a gentleman? How do you know they didn't refer to themselves or identify something else? I fucking hate this.
The dude was walking with a cane, but he wasn't holding it.
Oh, he's a pimp.
Yeah, we'll go with it was a cane. It was throbbing, and I was uncomfortable with it. Handsome guy, though.
That's that big old BBC.
It's a goddamn beef bus.
No, right here, BBC. It's in the article.
British Broadcasting
The
Channel.
BBC has established that between January and September this year, people in more than 90 countries and territories took to the streets over the price or availability of fuel. A third were countries which
Big
had no
black cock.
A third were countries which had no protests at all over fuel in 2021. For example, Spain had none in 2021, but saw 335 individual rallies just in March this year alone.
That was to get fucking Amber Heard or whatever fake name she's using to get out of. They live there.
She has a fake name now?
She lives in Spain under a fake name.
Mm-hmm. Whatever.
Kind of feel bad for my fellow ancestral countrymen.
No, man. That's down south of the border, not over there. Was that racist?
No. I'll let you kiss my sister.
It's still 15, 20 years later upsets me that everyone kind of ran with that joke and took it away from me. Like,
just fucking drove it into the ground.
But that's my joke.
It's like that daughter you had like 30 years ago that you see one day by accident on the shelf in the X-rated film part of the Blockbuster you're visiting. You're like, that's my daughter. Oh,
that's sad.
You had a daughter at 8 years old. I know. It's okay.
I did.
She's a 30-year-old star, a 30-year-old famous celebrity porn star. Celebrity porn star.
There's been one or two.
Yeah, a few.
Jen Jameson, Asia Minor. Maybe not Asia Minor.
Are they celebrities or are they porn stars? Because celebrity refers to the acting industry that does not involve
Here's a question.
Sex.
If celebrities purposely release sex tapes, are they pornos? And does that make them a slash porn star? Purposely. Because they can be a star and be in porn, not be good at it, but just be, oh, it's a celebrity. Like the Kardashians. Look at them. Like, what do they do?
Dude, I love a good comeback story.
What do they contribute to any kind of society? Like, what do they contribute?
Did you ever see that? Chris Pratt?
No.
You know, everybody loves a comeback story. Hidalgo, whatever. Kim Kardashian. That's not really a comeback story. Well, there was come on a back. Yeah. It was during the outtakes of Parks and Recreation, and they started laughing.
Oh, jeez. Aside from Antarctica, not a single continent has remained free of fuel protests in the last 9 months. In Indonesia, there's been more than 600 protests over petrol so far this year, compared to just 19 in 2021. In Italy, there was over 200 in the first 8 months of 2022, compared to just 2 last year. Ecuador has over 1,000.
Who?
Ecuador.
Okay. I'm not gonna lie, it sounded like you said Ecuador.
Ecuador.
Ecadaka.
Straightening jacket. Over 1,000 protests over fuel in the month of June alone. Just 1 fucking month.
How much?
1,000
protests
in 1 month.
Wow.
In June. So in other words,
are we talking about leap year February month or standard 31 day month?
February. That is the shortest fucking
leap
month.
year.
No, that was June.
That's why I said leap year.
Yeah.
Because then it has 29 days.
That's February, though. June is, what, 30?
Yeah.
But that's still a fucking 1,000. That's like, what the...
How many... Hold on. I'm going to do the calculator quick.
Let's see, 1/3, 2 would be about 30 a day.
I'm going to figure this
roughly.
out.
33 and a third.
1,000 divided by 30. 33.33333333.
Yeah.
33 protests a day. Jesus
Which
Christ.
really in a country isn't that bad. It's not that good either.
Yeah.
They could step their game up.
1 rape a day ain't bad as opposed to 10.
Well, 1's a travesty. 1,000 is a statistic.
1 rape, 1 murder, 1 bank robbery, 1 child drowning. Yeah, it's not bad.
Who
as long
said
as
that?
it's one.
Stalin or someone said that.
I don't know.
1 murder or
Oh,
1.
I shouldn't have said rape.
1.
That's just going to enforce rape culture. We're living in it, bro.
Rape culture?
Heaven forbid we get raped.
I get raped daily. No, I don't. I don't work there anymore. Speaking of raped, U.S. quietly asks Ukraine to be open to Russian negotiations.
Are you fucking serious?
I am serial.
Hey, we gave you $90 billion. Could you guys, like, maybe spread your cheeks and lift your sack?
This is from The Hill. This is actually reported from the Washington Post, but U.S. privately asking Ukraine to drop public refusal of peace talks with Russia.
What?
The United States privately asked Ukraine to drop its public refusal of peace talks with Russia and signal a willingness to engage in negotiations as the war in Ukraine drags into its 9th month, the Washington Post reported. The move is reportedly a strategic effort by the U.S. to ensure ongoing support for the Kyiv, according to the Post. Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky initially expressed a willingness to negotiate early in the war. However, after Russian President Vladimir Putin formally annexed 4 regions of Ukraine in late September, Zelensky issued a declaration stating it would be impossible to hold peace talks with Putin. Zelensky's refusal to engage with Putin has drawn concern with other countries. South Africa joined about 3 dozen other countries in abstaining from a United Nations vote in October, condemning Russia's annexation of Ukrainian territories, instead urging for a focus of facilitating a ceasefire, according to the Post.
So the majority of UN voted to not get involved.
Right.
But they are pushing for a ceasefire.
3 dozen other countries. Yes.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure I was on the same page.
What that's going to do, though, is that's going to show Russia and China and actually South Africa, Brazil, like, what, the BRICS?
Yep.
It's going to show that access of power, not to be confused with World War II. It's going to show them that they're weakening. Because now America is asking, or the U.S. is asking Zelensky, it's like, listen, could you just open up peace and, like, fucking talk to him? Something like, what do they want? Just give him your butthole. Like, stop fucking...
Listen, I know he's ugly.
Just the tip.
I know he's like...
Just the
he
tip.
Stinks, but if you could just go to dinner with him and maybe suck his dick a little...
Yeah.
We could get on to this date.
Just the tip. Just a little... And then everything's fine.
We'll totally be your rebound bang.
And you know Zelensky is like... Maybe...
Could you imagine? Mr. Zelensky, what? These guys did podcasts about you. Look. I can't. I'm busy. Those motherfuckers. They made a joke about me sucking dicks. I'm going to finish these dicks and then fucking give them a piece of my mind.
Plot twist. Camera pulls back and it's me and you.
You guys lied to me.
I don't know what you mean. I am Putin.
I've never been good at the Russian accent. Is that right? Isn't that might be a little bit racist? I'm great at the Mexican accent. Terrible at the Russian. I think it's vice versa for you.
I have Russian in me.
I bet you've had Russian in you.
I'm a fucking commie.
Oh, fuck.
In the U.S., congressional support for the war in Ukraine has also begun to falter among both Republican and Democrats. House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy, Republican from California, suggests last month that Republicans will rein in Ukraine spending if they retake the House in Tuesday's midterm elections.
So you mean the money that we don't need to funnel over there, that we should be putting towards our own country, and it's building back better? Isn't that what Biden said? Build back better?
In defense of Biden, he didn't say anything about building the U.S. back better. He just said build back better over and over and over.
Listen, Ministry of Truth. Sorry, disinformation organization.
Marjorie Taylor Greene took a more extreme approach earlier this week and said, fuck you. No,
Basically, what you just said was, it's not gay sex if I pretend it's a girl. It doesn't matter if it has balls and a penis. It's still a butthole. What?
A hole's a hole.
Could you?
Promising
in the
that,
hole? Could you? With a pole?
Quote, not another penny will go to Ukraine under Republican leadership in Congress. House progressives also sent a letter to President Biden last month, which they have since withdrawn, urging him to push harder for a diplomatic resolution to the war in Ukraine.
Let me ask you this. Before the left gets all fucking, it's not fair, they need help. What other fucking countries are putting money into UK? I want to know that.
Into the Ukraine?
Yeah. What countries are contributing as much, if not even a half, of what America has contributed, or at least paid to UK? To the Ukraine, I mean. Sorry. Sorry.
Let's see.
Are we the only fucking country giving them money? Because I'm sorry, $90 billion fucking dollars? That's a lot of fucking money.
A little bit.
I mean, I don't know about you, but I could fucking do a lot for this country alone with $90 billion, and that's with no one else helping me.
Okay, so... this doesn't...
Holy fuck. You stop and think about it. Keep looking at it. You stop and think about it. Fucking $90 billion. I could literally walk into each state with $1 billion and say, I want you to reform this veterans, homeless, children's child services systems. I want you to reform this. Here's $1 billion for your state to reform this and make it work.
Right.
I'd still have $40 billion to literally try to break the world record by sticking as much of it up my ass as I possibly could. I got up to 1.7 mil, and now I walk funny. What? The world record was 2.2? God damn, Trump, you're awesome.
I have a percentage share in GDP in percentage, but I don't have an actual number. That's what I'm looking for, is actual numbers.
Well, if you got percentages, that's fine. We can go from there.
Okay, here we go. Countries committed the most military, well, this most military aid to Ukraine from January 24th to August 3rd of 2022 this year in billions of dollars. The United States, all right, well, we got France at 0.23.
Percent or billion?
A billion. So 230 million. Estonia at 250 million. Australia at 250 million. Czech Republic at 340 million. Canada at 930 million. Germany at 1,200 million. Poland at 1.8 billion. UK at 4.3 billion.
Hold on. Let's start this over really quick, please. Go ahead. This is just from one of the few numbers I remember you've already read.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. Where am I at now?
1.8 billion, Germany or whatever it was.
Oh, Poland's 1.8 billion.
Okay.
United Kingdom is 4.03 billion. And at the top of the list is the United States at 25 billion.
The United States alone, and I kid you not, this is just off the numbers you read. I might have missed one. I'm not going to lie.
Mm-hmm.
We have paid, if not 2 times more, possibly up to 3 times more than every other country combined on that list you just read off.
Right.
The numbers I got up to was like 8.2 billion for what you just read off. My numbers might be a little bit off, but at 8.2 billion, let's knock off we've donated 25 billion. Let's knock off $1 billion. Let's knock off that 200 million from the 8.2 billion.
Right.
8, 16, 24. We have literally donated 3 times more than all the other countries combined that are involved in this.
See, these are in euros too, so.
Holy fuck. Fucking stupid.
And but Russia's lost a shit ton in the same amount of time. But Russia, like, this is there's a graph here that shows the amount of equipment lost by Russia and lost by Ukraine. Russia is way fucking higher. The thing is, the typical Russian strategy for war is just fucking throw a shit ton at your opponent, just over and over and over. Doesn't matter how much you lose until they just finally just are overwhelmed. That's what they did in World War II. Yeah, so
fucking.
But yeah, so the U.S. does that. And this is, what, a week or 2 weeks after Biden went to Saudis, like another one where he tried to keep it hush-hush. He went to Saudi Arabia and it's like, hey, listen, can you not cut oil production
to America
till after the midterms?
Yeah.
And then the Saudis went, 1, no. 2, we're going to fucking just let the world know exactly what you just asked. It's like, fuck you.
Jesus. It's so fucked up.
So, reeling it back in from overseas.
Yeah, sorry.
Let's bring it back over to the United States.
Let's get serious here.
We'll get serious a little bit. This is kind of has to do, well, this has to do with, well, our crippling economy anyway.
What?
Say social
Our economy's not crippling. It's doing better than it was when Biden got into office. I mean, remember, $5 a gas a gallon.
According to him.
$3.
Yeah, now it's $3.89.
Yeah, come on,
Golden.
man.
Golden. Do you think that was a lie, or do you think he really forgot?
Good water. What?
Social Security checks for elders are about to get way bigger. At an average of $140 per check. And the White House is claiming that it's because under Biden's administration that now they're able to pay.
Yeah, they're calling it like something from Nixon's time. I mean, sorry, the Inflation Reduction Act. That's what they're calling it. My bad. Fucking dunces. Well, it's because of our Inflation Reduction Act that you guys are going to get more money. No, which Nixon fucking instituted with the whole inflation that everybody's cost of living or elder.
Yeah, it's cost of living. But I mean, here's the thing: they're in a roundabout way. They're kind of right. It's because of all the inflation under our administration that now the cost of living has gone up fucking significant, and now they're getting a bigger thing. So they're not wrong, really.
That's like saying, hey, don't you guys appreciate the fact that the sky's blue? You know, we're here, so that means we're partly responsible for you having a good time.
You know, the sky's Democrat.
But wait, we asked you to make the sky blue. Well, it's blue and we're here.
You know, the sky was red, it'd be bad.
Red sky at night.
Another word, red at night, sailor's delight. That's hookers.
I wonder if that means sailors are Republicans. Everybody on a boat.
I don't know, that's Josh.
He was a seaman.
Love
you, homie.
The U.S. government announced Thursday that Social Security beneficiaries will see an 8.7% increase in monthly payments this upcoming year, the largest increase in 4 decades. It's all part of the annual ritual where Washington adjusts Social Security benefits to keep up with inflation, or at least with one narrow measure of it. Plenty of controversy accompanies the move, known as a cost of living adjustment, or COLA. Critics say that the data the government uses to set
more coke
increase doesn't reflect what older Americans are actually spending, and thus the inflation they're actually seeing or feeling. The increase is also one size fits all, which means beneficiaries get the same raise regardless of where they live or how big a nest egg they may have. So, so $140 may be a make or break thing for some people, and like say upstate New York, but then you go down to New York City, and $140 is like, it went up. Where?
Huh? The blue pill worked. That's not what I'm talking about, Gerald.
Actually, down there it might be make or break too, depending on where they live.
Yeah,
like what they actually did.
I don't know. Well, you got to remember to actually know. I think they'll notice it just as easily as the elderly folk up here will notice it, because you got to think about it. And cost of living down there is so much higher, so your minimum wage is so much higher, so your Social Security checks are based off your in versus out.
Here's the issue, though. I mean, I don't know about you, but I've heard for years talking about the baby boomer generation when they go in and they start collecting Social Security. Like, that's going to be such a large population going in collecting, and that's going to drain Social Security. Mm-hmm. Well, now this just adds to it. So now they're just adding in that much more of Social Security they're paying out. So what's that mean for us?
Us? Oh, you're retiring?
They're
good to know.
They keep moving retirement age up and up and up.
Sign that paperwork.
Like,
you retired? Yeah.
That's basically what they're going to end up doing. Let's see.
I just retired. You forgot to record the message off the machine. It's serving no purpose. Time to take us all out back and shoot us like Old Yeller. Fucking worthless cities. Although slow and dangerous behind the wheel, senior citizens can still serve a purpose.
I'll be right back. Don't you go dying on me.
Oh, fuck.
See what they're saying.
Yeah.
I want to see what, like, the retirement age.
I think we're up to 67, 68 now. It hasn't gone up much.
No, right now we're at 62 still.
Really?
Yeah, you can retire at 62.
If fuck that.
Depending, I mean, there's jobs where you can retire after 20 or 25 years, but
I'll push it to 70.
right now they're saying about 2050 it'll be up to 67.
I'm going to push it to 70. That should be safe enough for me. I'm 38 now, so I got 32 more years.
But that's fucking...
2022. 2054.
I talk about, like, fucking retirement. That we have to work all our life to retire, so now you have time to do all that shit that you probably can't do most of it now. Like, I've been paying, over the last few years, been paying more and more attention to that, and more, like, whatever, inspirational videos or anything, is like, don't fucking do that. Like, you make your money now. Take your time off now. Enjoy it now. Like, because, one, you're not going to take your money when you die. And two, let's say you save up a nest egg and for your kids or your grandkids or whatever. Are they going to just blow it? They're just going to take it and just... It's for college. What if they don't want to go to college? Cocaine and hookers?
What? That's an option? Is it just for the kids, or is there a chance I can enjoy it?
So it's kind of a double-edged sword, but, you know... But yeah, right now it's still 62 to 66. And it'll probably be about 67 in, actually
28 years.
28 years, yeah. What was that?
I don't fucking know.
It's your vibrator?
That's my vibrator.
Going on with more money. Supreme Court did not stop Biden's student relief bill. They actually voted not to stop that.
Really?
Yeah, they're gonna let that go through. Well, as of right now, I guess they're gonna let it go through. I think it's. There's a chance after this Tuesday it might be stopped. Like, let's say there is a red wave, and everyone's like, you know, which
fuckers.
Is I don't think they're going to go for that. You know what worries me?
What's that?
All Republicans get back in and they revert. Something tells me, a gut feeling. I could be wrong, but I got a gut feeling that Republicans all take office again and they just gain control of everything. I have a gut feeling they're going to revert back to the Republicans of the early 2000s. Like the business tycoons and the fucking evil shitheads. Like, I don't trust either fucking side.
Can you imagine?
Let me get that straight.
All of the quips, all of the quotes, all of the gaffes we're going to have.
Oh, that was just Bush. But I don't fucking trust either side. And I just got a gut feeling that they're going to at least start to just go back that direction. The thing is there's like two versions of the right that has emerged in the last couple of years anyway. There's the right, your classic Republican, and then there's the MAGA Republican. Which is like the actual working class, which is basically what the left was 20 years ago. The working class man, you know, that's the one, the small guy that we need help, you know, we need protection. So the MAGA Republicans are the ones that you always see. Those are the ones that your cliche, make America great again. What about gun rights, Second Amendment, First Amendment too?
Why do they always gotta have a Southern accent?
I don't know. It's cliche.
Why can't they have an Asian accent? Let's hear a MAGA Asian accent.
Oh, you'll have a bigger penis. Maybe that's South Park.
How about a Russian MAGA?
What was it? Oh, Hodge twins? It's like, what do you want Trump to do? Call Putin? They're like, hello? Put Putin on. He ain't there. He's busy. Tell him it's Trump. He'll pick up. Putin, you bitch. You bald-headed bitch. Cut your shit.
Oh, fuck.
Because I don't think there are, like, minority fucking... Oh, yeah, of course there are. Duh. The Hodge twins.
Oh, yeah.
So there are minority MAGA Republicans.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Candace Owens, too.
No, yeah.
Love Candace.
Ben Shapiro.
That's, yeah, true, yeah. Technically, that is very true. And he suffered a lot of racism bullshit.
Yeah. Oh no, he's white.
He's Jewish.
No, he's not. He's not. He's white.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can't be racist against somebody based on their ethnicity.
It depend. Well,
It's got to be their skin color. That's it.
what Candace and Hodge
Kirk?
twins.
Oh, yeah.
Hodge twins. They're like the what is it? The blackface of white supremacy. They call them. That's what they call them. Because they don't agree. Because they don't march in lockstep, and so it's obviously they're fucking Uncle Toms and everything else they want to fucking call them.
Oh Jesus.
It's the way they operate. If you don't agree with us, you're a fucking racist. Like, I'm black, though. Here's some kicker. This is through my own genealogy, and technically, and if you want to stretch this out by percentage-wise of my ethnicity and background, technically, I'm a minority. Because I'm mostly Italian, which is not white. I am Polish, which is not white, some fucking how, and Native American. Those three put me at like just over 33% of everything else that's in me. Like Russian and whatever else, Germany and Swedish.
So I'm not white.
Scandinavian. No, you're not.
Because I'm half Spanish,
half Italian.
half
You're not,
Italian.
you're not white at all. We've already gone over
Can I
that.
say it? I ain't gonna fucking say it. Holy fuck! Relax, easy guys.
Technically, you can.
I know.
Look at the Hodge twins. They're 52% African. Just made the cut, like they always say.
Yeah, just made the
And
cut.
they say it all the time. So technically, yes.
Well,
But I'm not over that 50% mark. I'm like the lower percentile of minority. So technically,
you're like the lower end of the spectrum.
That's right.
Minority.
That's right.
Sorry.
Technically, I'm a minority.
Wait, for once you're my retarded friend. Yes, I'm not the retarded friend anymore.
That's not prudent.
All the dumb shit I've done, and based on your ethnicity, I could call you my minority friend. Yay! For once, I'm not the retarded one. You know, we've dropped a few R-bombs on this one.
This episode's getting banned.
Oh, I hope it gets.
This one will definitely be on Rumble.
Yeah, go to Rumble, folks. The Rumble strip, best place to get a PJ. Said the car, it's a built-in vibration. Ask any girl willing to give head while you're driving. Would you rather do the motion, or should I just drive on the Rumble strip to help?
It's funny.
I mean, I don't know. I kind of want to find out now. It's never gonna happen to me. Fuck you.
So during COVID, did you catch a lot of shit because you said you weren't going to get the vaccine?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah. And the
I got a
mask
little
thing?
flack. The mask thing. Okay, so the mask thing. I learned this from a friend.
Fuck you.
Awesome chick. Honestly, she's a truck driver. She's badass. Fucking love this girl. She's cool, for real. She came up with a foolproof medical plan to get around the mask, and I tried it, and it worked. I suffer from CS, ergo I can't wear a mask. So when I would walk in, they'd hand me the mask. I'm sorry, but due to my medical condition,
Yeah, I remember we went to Walmart before and
I-
you opted not to do it.
I literally said, I'm sorry, I suffer from CS. I can't put a mask on my face, or it will impede my functioning. And
You should have put it out.
the woman, remember the woman literally backed right down.
Yeah,
Okay, that's
she's
fine. You know what CS stands for? Common sense. I've done it with 3 different at the time. And yes, oh my God, you're a fucking scumbag, Charlie. How dare you do that? You know what? Fuck you. Here's an idea. shut the fuck up. No, dead ass. Like I got flack for being adamant about not getting the vaccine, and the couple of times I did push back. That's the thing too. That was all fucking media propagated, fucking left, whatever you want to call it, agenda, whatever. I don't care.
No,
that was all social,
left and right. That was across the board.
Left, right, center, doesn't matter. That was very social media propagated. Mm. There was a few places where I walked in, excuse me, sir, you need a mask. I'm sorry, but I don't feel comfortable wearing one. I'd rather not. Okay, we just ask you to please social distance. Okay, gladly. That was it. Even during the restrictions, when you couldn't walk into places with masks, I pushed the envelope a couple times, and they were like, that's fine, just please, we ask that you respect social distancing. Not a problem. I'll give a little to get a little. Mm-hmm. But the vaccine was the one I caught the flack for.
I think most people did.
Yeah. What about you? Did you get a lot of flack for that?
Actually, no. And by surprise, too, especially working for two different schools.
Yeah.
I was very straightforward when I got hired at the first school. And I said, I'm not getting it. I was like, if that's an issue, I can just turn right around and walk out the door. Because I was like, I'm not going to dance around this and have be backed into a corner later on down the road. So I just said, I'm not doing it. Straight and simple. And the bosses and everyone were like, yeah, neither are we. So I was like, didn't see that one coming. But there again, there's one of those things where you hear a bunch of shit on the news and you're only going to get the extreme versions of most things. Because that's what's going to generate likes, clicks, and fucking
views,
traffic. So that surprised me. I was like, wow. So every school system isn't a liberal shithole. And most of the people that work in schools have the same mentality as we do. Maybe not so vocal and vulgar.
Oh, yeah, because they can't.
But they have the same mentality.
When you're in an infrastructure that is based majority-wise left or right, regardless of your beliefs, you kind of have to quiet yourself down.
And I'm not even talking about people on lower level. I'm talking about superintendents and principals and tenured teachers. They have the same mentality. So I didn't catch a lot of flack at all. Where I did catch flack is online. Mostly from our show and stuff. Every time we talk about things, bring up statistics and bring up this.
Oh, yeah.
Anti-vaxxer and all this bullshit and science denial. All sorts of shit.
I remember
which online, that's really cute to me. That's fun.
People are noticing us.
Yeah. That's basically what I saw. It's traffic. I didn't think much beyond that.
See, work, and take internet away from it, because that really doesn't count. Because those people don't directly affect us. I give a fuck less.
No. I think there's actually
But in your close circle, did you catch any flack?
No.
I'm talking friends, family.
No.
Okay.
No.
Work.
No. Yeah.
Okay.
No.
See, work.
I had one that was like, "Oh, you're not getting it? Oh, well, that's cool," and that was it.
Work was the one place I didn't catch any flack.
No.
Friends and family.
Oh, you told me about one. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, there was a
last fall or whatever.
Yeah, it was a big issue. It's wow.
Yeah, because you actually came back up early or something like that. You called me and you were like, "Oh, I'm down the car" or something like that.
Yeah,
and told me the whole story. I'm like, "What?
Yeah,
what?"
Yep. All because
mind you, I'm up here. It's like, "Oh, I just got over COVID. It's not till tomorrow." I was like, "Fuck, who gives a shit? Come on over. Breathe in my mouth. Spit in my mouth if you want." Aww.
Yeah. All jokes aside, the spitting was pretty weird.
Anyway, so I asked that because the whole "Let's Declare a Pandemic Amnesty" article that was written. Mm-hmm. In other words, listen, we said some shit. We didn't know. We didn't know at the time. There were some things that came across. We were scared, and we didn't know. So we opted to treat you like fucking rodents.
Jesus.
Well, let's just we're cool, right? That never happened, right? Which throughout the whole COVID thing, I thought it was a really interesting experiment. And one, how quick people jump on a bandwagon, Be like, well, this must be it. This is what the safe thing to do is. And if you, in any way, shape, or form, would be like, I don't know about that.
Well,
what was portrayed in the news, or most extreme left wing, and the one thing I do have to say is the right, any right, or even center news outlets were, I think you should take it, including Ben Shapiro. Tim Pool would be like, do your research, do whatever you want. There was very few people that would say, don't take the shit. Alex Jones would. Of course he fucking would. But there's very few that say, I don't think you... Joe Rogan's another one. He's like, I'm not taking it. You believe in, the take care of yourself, work out, eat right, and whatever. But they'd all say, do what you need to do. Like I said, Ben Shapiro will be like, I think you should. I think everyone out there should do it. But, if you don't, whatever. That's not...
It's your choice.
Yeah, no skin off my back. The left, on the other hand, for Rachel Maddow and all them, I mean, you've seen the video clips over and over and over and over, all over YouTube and TikTok and everywhere else. And we talked about it how many times. If you didn't take it, you were a science denier. You were a fucking murderer. Look at Chris Cuomo on CNN. Like, when of course these are the same people that said like the Summer of Love 2020 riots are like, well, riots should be a little uncomfortable and they're mostly peaceful, and that's a whole nother thing.
Oh, I remember. I'm sure everyone remembers that shit.
Now that we don't remember that, we're supposed to forget it anyway.
Take to the streets,
but the left would be like,
punch them in the face.
You're fucking evil. If you don't take it, you're evil. The same left that said they're not taking it because Trump was the one that was in office when it first came.
Oh, yeah.
That's another one. Like the Biden, when he says shit, like, how did it, what? When that came out, like Kamala Harris, and everyone's like, I'm not going to be the first one in line. Kamala Harris is the one that said, I'm not going to be the first one in line to take it when they come out with that vaccine because Trump was in office. And then as soon as he was out and Biden was in it, like, everyone should get their fucking vaccination. Everyone should get it. Why isn't anyone getting it? Like, just fucking 2 weeks ago,
you said you didn't want it? You didn't trust it?
What the fuck? How do you... So, yeah. So now there's this Emily Oster wrote this long article talking about her reflecting back on the lack of knowledge, thanks to this, a lack of knowledge throughout the first year of the pandemic, discussing important choices we had to make under conditions of tremendous uncertainty. Some of those choices turned out better than others. To take, for example, close to my own work, there is an emerging, if not universal, consensus that schools in the U.S. were closed for too long. No fucking shit.
Schools were closed?
The health risk and the in-school spread were relatively low, whereas the cost to students' well-being and educational progress were high. The latest figures on learning loss are alarming. They're saying like most kids are like a year and a half, 2 years behind, which obviously. But then you see, it's really not that big of a surprise because how many times have you seen? I've heard teachers talk about this. They've had students when they started the remote learning. When I was in school talking to multiple teachers about it, there's like, I haven't seen them since they were last in class. And at that time I was talking to them, it was like 6 months ago. So we're into the next year. Like, I haven't seen them since last March. Because there's some, obviously, parents that don't fucking give a shit. So,
yeah.
So no shit that they're behind. The latest figures of learning loss are alarming. But in spring and summer of 2020, we only had glimmers of information, which is true. Reasonable people who cared about children and teachers, advocate on both sides of the reopening debate. Another example, when the vaccines came out, we lacked definitive data and the relative efficiencies or efficacies of Johnson & Johnson shot versus the mRNA options from Pfizer and Moderna. The mRNA won out, but at the time, many people in public health were either neutral or expressed a J&J preference. This misstep wasn't nefarious. It was a result of uncertainty. So yeah, this just goes on to talk about misinformation, which was huge. Trump, she talks about how Trump just said something about injecting people with bleach because bleach would kill it.
I remember that one.
But then the whole ivermectin thing, that was another one with misinformation, how it was horse dewormer. But then now the CDC, the FDA is using ivermectin under clinical trials for treating COVID or strands of COVID. But going back, yeah, so now it just seems like exactly what I started off the whole thing with. Listen, that doesn't count. We didn't know. Which is kind of the Nuremberg trials. Remember, it's like we were just doing what we were told. That doesn't fucking count. You can't do that.
Jesus.
So the View.
mRNA, messenger ribonucleic acid.
Yeah.
The View. What'd the fucking View do this time?
The View is back in the Hill. This is from the Hill. So this is from one of the hosts, Sonny Hostin, co-host from ABC's daytime political talk show, The View. Suburban women backing GOP is like roaches voting for Raid.
Wait, what? Suburban women voting for GOP.
Yeah, voting for the GOP is like roaches voting for Raid.
What does... I've looked this up a million times.
She is arguing it is nonsensical for suburban women to vote GOP in next week's midterm elections. Quote, I read a poll yesterday showing that suburban women are now going to vote Republican, Hostin said during Thursday's episode. It's almost like roaches voting for Raid, she added, in reference to the popular pest repellent. Alyssa Farah Griffin, a former Trump White House communications director and the lone conservative on the panel-style show, interjected, saying that comment was insulting to the voter. They're voting against, this is Hostin again, they're voting against their own self-interest, which I thought was an interesting choice of words. Because what she's saying is that women, which are probably conservative and Republican, voting for the GOP is voting against their own self-interest. That being with the whole abortion thing. It's not in their own self-interest. They're not voting against it because notoriously the right is pro-life. Mm-hmm. So they're not voting against pro-life. They're voting, in fact, for it because the GOP historically is pro-life.
Yeah.
So that statement didn't make any sense. It says, quote,
it's The View. Yeah. What does half the fucking shit they say? When does half the shit they say make sense?
Half is generous. But yeah. People make up decisions on what's right for their family, Griffin shot back, calling it wrong that Hostin felt she could make the determination of others. Hostin refused to back down, saying she was surprised to see polling indicating that women would vote against their own health care. Reproductive health and abortion rights have been one of the biggest issues Democrats are pushing ahead of next week's elections in the wake of Supreme Court overturning Roe v. Wade. It's funny they're still fucking pushing Roe v. Wade and women's rights for abortion rights and reproductive health when everything else is going on in the world, especially right now with the looming diesel shortage and everything we were just talking about when we started the show.
Wait, there's a diesel shortage?
Yeah, you didn't know? Oh, yeah, you explained to all your buddies already, so.
Yeah.
A recent Wall Street Journal poll found that suburban women, a key group in the midterm voters, favor the GOP by 15 percentage points. And it's numbers like that. And we talked about before, independent women are now swinging to vote right. But what was the number? It was some fucking ridiculous number. I can't even remember what it was.
30. No. It was up there.
I know it is. And I have it somewhere in here. I still have the last few weeks of notes in here. I don't know where it is. It was a fucking ridiculous number. Like
it was a lot. I remember that much.
I don't know. It was It might have been like 30-some% or something like that. It's some fucking ridiculous swing. But that's why, going back, everyone's saying, "Oh, it's gonna be a red wave," and I'm like, and then like Tim Pool said, it's gonna be a red tsunami. But I'm like, I don't know. This is gonna be like if everyone if independents, centrists, right, if everyone shows up and doesn't become complacent and not go and say, "Oh, the right's gonna win," there's no point in vote. If everyone fucking goes and votes, it's gonna be a fucking biblical flood. It's not even gonna be a tsunami.
It's gonna be Noah's Ark shit.
It's gonna be Waterworld, except red. So Kevin Costner is gonna be riding around, pissing in a machine and drinking it.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna be safe though.
Why you got Gil fucking got Gil ears?
The little hole in my ear?
Yeah.
Right there. You can see it. You can see it.
Yeah, he's a Gil. He's a Gil man.
That's an evolutionary remainder, according to the evolutionary theory, the theory of evolution. That's a remainder from when humans had gills. So I'm safe. I'll just re-evolve or devolve, or I'll hybrid-evolve. Yeah, that makes sense.
Whatever.
And I'll be able to swim underwater. I'll get you your dirt. I got you.
Yeah. Cool. He's going to give me dirt. I'm going to be rich. Rich dirt. Did you hear about... I didn't cover it last week because we ran out of time, but did you hear about the South Korea stampede? The Halloween stampede?
No.
No? There was some fucking... like 153 people were crushed to death.
Holy shit.
Yeah, in a crowd in South Korea.
What's that, like 0.00000.2?
No,
wait, there's 2 points. My bad. Never mind.
But like someone's leg got crushed and it wasn't actually a full person.
It was probably like 0.00001% of their population, but okay.
This is from Reuters. Shocked family members collected bodies. Parents searched for children, and the country saw answers on Sunday after at least 153 people were crushed to death when a crowd of South Koreans surged in an alleyway during Halloween festivities. News came, bolt, blue sky, I want to know why, though. A huge crowd celebrating its... I don't even know. Ayatwan surged into an alley, killing at least 153 people, most of them in their 20s, emergency officials said, adding the death toll could rise. The parties, some still in their teens, and many in Halloween costumes, were ready to enjoy the bars, nightclubs, restaurants, where the revelry routinely spills over narrow, steep side streets. Instead, the street became filled with people crying for help, while emergency workers desperately sought to free trapped bodies and perform CPR on people's... See, it doesn't really say what happened, though.
What caused it, yeah.
That's what
It was in South Korea?
Yeah.
I got this.
Yeah, this just says unruliness and then chaos. Many regional governments and now they're just that's a result of that. They canceled a bunch of festivities and celebrations. Yeah.
That's
a symbol
crazy
of
shit.
capital decades was just starting to thrive after more than 2 years of COVID. It's the first Halloween event in 3 years.
That's crazy. 150.
Early on Sunday.
Excuse me.
Many of those killed were near the nightclub. Yeah, it doesn't actually say. I think it was just people just fucking too close together. I saw a video of the actual street that it happened on, and it kind of reminded me of Sao Paulo in Brazil. You know, like the really tiny.
Oh, yeah.
Mixed with like NOLA, New Orleans.
Okay.
Where it's like that kind of city, but like really tiny fucking side streets. And
like one car width through.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it looked like a lot of those people were in one of those side streets and it just couldn't move. and you get one or two people. We've seen. What's that one? There was that one concert.
Wall of Death.
No, it was a concert where a bunch of people got trampled to death. We covered it on the show before. They jumped a fence. The fence fell over, and people fell, and they just fucking ran right over them. That kind of thing. The only difference is there was no stampede over people. It was just fucking people pushing against each other and suffocating. Like, literally suffocating. Like, how the fuck? 153 people, though. Like, if it was like a dozen people, something like that, that's one thing. But 153 people? That's a large fucking group.
Yeah. Well, you think about it. Herd mentality.
It's a real thing. It is definitely a real thing.
You see that?
I see a little better now.
Can you see clearly now?
Now, too bad those people in South Korea didn't have their glasses on.
They might have seen the apparent danger.
Because oh. I don't like it. There we go. Get your eyes checked.
Yeah.
Bye.